Your dog found your worn shirt on the laundry pile, didn't chew it, didn't move it, just lay down on top of it. Your dog has a perfectly good bed of its own, and every single day chooses to sleep on your pillow instead. Your dog sits at the front door for hours, not waiting for a sound, just waiting. You've been calling this habit, or separation anxiety. But researchers have a completely different word for it. Scientists at the Hungarian Academy of Sciences studied this behavior for years, and what they found changed everything. What they discovered explains not just why your dog does this, but everything else your dog does when you're gone. Welcome to the Dog Nerd, the science of the bond your dog has already decided to have with you. We're going to start with the sweet behaviors, and then move to the ones that matter most. In the first 60 seconds after your door closes, your dog begins a frantic, methodical sniffing of the entire floor. Most people assume this is your dog being confused, recalibrating, adjusting to suddenly being alone in the house. Here's what the research shows: within 3 minutes of your departure, your dog's cortisol spikes measurably and significantly. That spike reaches twice the normal baseline, the same stress marker measured in human infants, separated from their mothers. Your dog doesn't sleep on your unwashed clothes because they're soft. They're searching for something far more specific. Most owners assume this is about physical comfort, the warmth of familiar fabric, the softness of something well-worn. But researchers discovered that your dog's amygdala, the brain's emotional center, responds specifically and uniquely to your scent. Your worn shirt, your pillowcase, each carries a scent that actively suppresses your dog's cortisol response while you're gone. For hours every day, your dog stations itself at the window, not asleep, not distracted, specifically watching for you. Most people assume this is boredom, or a dog that simply wants to be outside in the yard. Animal behaviorists have a name for this anticipatory vigil, a state of focused, patient, biological waiting directed at you. Studies tracking home alone dogs found 68% of alone time was rest, with nearly all remaining hours spent in active vigil. When your dog barks at an empty hallway or whines toward a closed door, it isn't behaving badly. Most owners believe this is attention-seeking, or worse, their dog performing distress to manipulate the situation. Biologists call this a contact call, an ancient signal inherited from wolves to locate and reconnect with a missing pack member. Research shows this vocalization peaks between minutes 5 and 15 of your absence, then subsides naturally on its own. While you're gone, your dog sleeps more, but the quality of that sleep is measurably and significantly different. Most people assume this means their dog is relaxed, comfortable, happily unbothered by being left alone in the house. But sleep researchers studying dogs in home environments found something unexpected. Your absence actively disrupts your dog's deep sleep cycle. REM sleep, the restorative dream phase, is reduced by approximately 60% when your dog's primary owner is absent. 10 to 15 minutes before you arrive home, your dog moves to the door before any audible cue exists. The obvious explanation is that your dog recognizes your car, your footsteps, or your key in the lock. Researchers tested this in soundproofed rooms with randomized return times. Your dog still anticipated correctly, consistently, and early. There is one last thing to cover, and it may be the most important part of this entire video, but there is a version of this behavior that means something different, and most owners miss it completely. If your dog stops going to the door, stops watching the window, stops reacting when you come home, pay attention. Separation anxiety affects approximately 14 to 17% of dogs, and canine cognitive dysfunction affects nearly a third of dogs over 11 years old. The good news, if you've watched this far, you're already the kind of owner who notices, and that alone makes all the difference. There is one behavior that science can only partially explain, and it generates more questions than any other topic on this channel. Dogs consistently detect infrasound frequencies, electromagnetic field shifts, and barometric pressure changes imperceptible to any human sense. What your dog senses before you arrive or stares at silently in the dark may simply exist beyond what science has yet learned to measure. Has your dog ever stared at something in an empty room that wasn't there? Tell me exactly what happened and what time it was. While you were gone, your dog wasn't simply waiting. They were carrying something you didn't know you'd left behind. Every unwashed shirt, every familiar corner of the couch, every window facing the street. Your dog mapped the entire house around your absence. Now that you're back, I can breathe again. That's not instinct. That's not habit. That's 15,000 years of one species choosing another. Every single day. You are not their owner in the way you think you are. Their entire sense of safety in the world. The reunion your dog gives you every evening isn't just a greeting. It's the resolution of something that started the moment you left. If this changed how you see your dog, if it made you want to go find them right now, subscribe to The Dog Nerd. Every week we go deeper into the science of the bond your dog has already decided to have with you. Drop a comment, tell me where your dog waits for you tonight. Next week, we're looking at what happens inside your dog's brain in the 3 seconds before they decide whether to trust a complete stranger. The research is extraordinary. We'll see you there.